Today on PlayStation News, will Concord sales create a crisis in Sony's live service plans? The Black Myth Wukong exclusivity drama continues. A PlayStation Plus blunder with Final Fantasy XVI. Astrobot is ready for launch, and more. Let's get to it. Hello friends, welcome back to PlayStation News, where we talk about the top PlayStation and gaming stories for the day. Hoping you're doing great. And let's get into our first story regarding Concord and the future of Sony's live services. We have talked previously how Concord has done really bad for Sony. It failed to gain an audience on both PC and PS5. It's so bad that matchmaking is taking around 10 minutes right now. And it was also poorly received by critics. Now there's new information from IGN that obviously says that sales are doing really bad. And they have information from several analysts that we're gonna check here. So first we have Liam Dean from Omdia Firm, and he said that the Steam numbers are so bad that even without looking at the sales data, like they know that it's doing like pretty poorly in sales. We have Matt Piscatella from Circana, who does the sales ranking every month. And he said that their engagement tracker picked up Concord at number 147 in the ranking for daily active players on PS5, and that was with less than 0.2% of active players on PS5 on that day, and that was after the launch weekend. There was a third analyst with Simon Carles saying that he's from Game Discover, and he says that Concord sales may be around 10,000 on PC and 15,000 on PS5, so 25,000 in total. And it's an abysmal number for a PlayStation first-party game, a PlayStation new IP. And it's probably, as I said previously, it's probably not their worst game ever in terms of like critically received. But it's one of their worst or their biggest flops in terms of how much this cost, possibly around $150 million. So yeah, we also had like another analyst, Rhys Elliott from Media Research, that said that the game is fun to play, but just being fun, it's not enough for how saturated the market is right now. And many of these analysts have come with some theories on why the game failed. Like some of them said that marketing was pretty bad, like there wasn't enough marketing in terms of online or like marketing activations, pre-launch marketing for the game. They also added the $40 barrier that the game has, and that they feel it should have launched as free-to-play or either a PlayStation Plus benefit. I don't think even free-to-play or PlayStation Plus would have helped this. If we remember, the open beta didn't gather much players either, and that was free as well on both platforms for over a weekend. So yeah, this is as I said in a previous episode, is a slap in Sony's live service efforts, and it's gonna put a lot of pressure on the ones that remain. We remember that they have canceled The Last of Us. They canceled also Twisted Metal and Room and a Spider-Man multiplayer game. So the ones that remain, we have from Jade Raymond and Haven Studio, we have Pear Games. It's some sort of extraction shooter, and it was revealed last year during the PlayStation Showcase. And you can see right here that it was poorly received by fans online. It has 17,000 dislikes to 3,600 likes. The game is only a CGI, like the trailer is only a CGI trailer. We don't know how it's gonna look in the end or how it's gonna play. So right now it seems that this one is also destined to follow the same path as Concord. We know that there's like a closed beta they announced last year with the PlayStation Showcase, but hopefully they start showing a little bit more of gameplay soon. But yeah, it's not looking good for this one. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Pear Games. I think it's the one that could follow the same results as Concord. Hopefully they show more gameplay, as I said. After that, we also have the Horizon multiplayer from Guerrilla. that it's been rumored that they are reusing assets and quests from the quest systems from the previous games, and it's going to be like a more contained co-op experience. So I think this could have a chance, and it probably one of the few ones that could have a chance based on like IP recognition and all of that. The other one was probably The Last of Us and even Twisted Metal maybe, but those are console already. And also the Spider-Man game that would have done pretty good. But I think the Horizon one has a chance, and based on like two games that have made around 32.7 million copies, and all like the DLCs that they have released on both PlayStation and PC. And they also have an MMO in development, team up with NCSoft, rumored as well. So that could also help bolster the IP even more. So the Horizons project, the both Horizon projects may do well, I guess. After that, we also have Bungie, and Bungie has been in the eye of the storm recently. They had the firings last year. They have had a lot of mismanagement from the top. There was rumors that they oversold to Sony, and Destiny was not doing as well as they said. So the next game that they are working on is Marathon, and it said that it has a lot of problems, according to Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, an article that he said that the sentiment around the developers is not that good. And recently there was also news that director Christopher Barrett was fired for inappropriate behavior from Bungie. So yeah, it's not looking good for Marathon. In terms of both like development and how it's going for the developers there. There's also a rumor that there's another team from Bungie that is reporting directly to Sony, and they are working on some sort of MOBA game called Project Gummiverse, which is as I said, a MOBA. But who knows how that will turn like, and if it will see the light of day. So yeah, Bungie probably it's not doing good right now. I guess the results for the latest Destiny expansion are fine, but yeah, we'll see what happens with Marathon. Next, we also have Helldivers 2. So not everything has been bad. Like, Helldivers is the second best-selling game of this year, behind EA's College Football that overtook the game last month. On July, I mean. We don't have the results for August yet. But like, since it's releasing on February, it has seen a lot of player complaints with the PSN requirement on Steam. It also had it opened with 450,000. It reached 450,000 players, and now it only does 25,000, which is like, games usually have these up and down in terms of player count, but it has a lot of steam from there. In terms of content, they have reworked how they were gonna launch their seasons to have like more space between them. And they recently released a new expansion, but there's also like complaints in terms of like weapon nerfs and all of that. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Helldivers. At least they have this success. Now, Sony, as I said, they were very ambitious with their whole live service stuff. They wanted 12 live services that later cut in half to 6. But like, I don't think they predicted in 2024 their like live services would be doing this bad, and not only from Sony, like from all publishers. There's always a story of a live service either doing poorly, closing, either layoffs from studios. So yeah, they will have to take a look at all the resources and see if they can keep and sustain 6 live service games. Because it's not only like bringing them out, it's also like keep releasing content for them, so that people can still get engaged into the game with the game, and also like spend into it. If we look at one of the best examples, like one of the most successful is probably Call of Duty with Warzone and their yearly releases. And Activision has sacrificed almost every studio to get to get content for Call of Duty. They previously had studios like Beanox that worked on great Spider-Man games, and High Moon Studios that did some of the Transformer games, and they put them to work on Call of Duty stuff for a while now. There's also Vicarious Visions that did Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 recently, and they wanted to do even more Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but they were put into doing even more Call of Duty, and after that they were folded into Blizzard. So yeah, doing a live service requires doing a lot of stuff, a lot of content, and for Activision it has meant putting every studio in some sort of enslavement towards working for Call of Duty content. So we'll see. For example, with Guerrilla and Horizon, I wonder if they may take the same path as Naughty Dog did, that they decided that making content for the game was gonna result in them losing focus for the single player games. So yeah, we'll see. So live services are a gamble right now. Like if you get them right, companies get a lot of money. But yeah, I think the gamble is high. Is probably even higher than single player games. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Sony's live service games. Let me know what you guys think about all of the live services, and what do you think about the Concord results and sales. And what do you think of the other live services? Which ones do you think can stick when they launch? And what do you think about all the stories so far? Moving on, there's more drama on Black Myth Wukong, and we talked about this in the previous episode. We're still questioning over like whether Sony paid for this as an exclusive, as a console exclusive, because it's on PC. But if they paid for it, why they didn't announce this as an exclusive? Now, last week, Paul Tassi from Forbes and IGN had like some sources and reported that Sony indeed paid for the game to be exclusive, and this was after some other news, or contradicting other news from YouTuber and leaker Ecstasies, saying that the game suffered from some sort of memory leak issue. And there was also the official reply from Microsoft said that they couldn't comment on like any deals that Game Science had done with other partners, which had put everyone thinking that maybe Sony paid for it. But now there's more information from Xbox era Nick Baker and insider Jeff Grubb, and they have said that they have disputed the claims from Paul Tassi and IGN, saying that like it's some sort of Sony help to finish across the development for Black Myth Wukong on the PS5 version, but it seems like Microsoft didn't do the same for Xbox. And it could also be the case that Game Science gave some priority based on like their support they were getting from Sony for the PS5 version, and how big their audience, their Asian audience is. So yeah, maybe those things had them putting out this version of the game first, at least on console. But yeah, it seems like they are not getting the same support from Microsoft, and we'll see what happens with this. Now, do you guys think that Sony paid for it? This news has turned into like, who do you believe? Like, do you believe the sources from IGN and Paul Tassi? Like, did Sony pay for it? Do you believe Nick Baker and Jeff Grubb that are saying that Sony did not pay for it, and also Ecstasies that's saying that there's a technical issue on the development side? Now, there's been some additional information, but not exactly for this game, but it kind of adds up on top of this in terms of like the support that studios get from Microsoft. And it's related to another game that is skipping Xbox, and it said that it's not exclusive to PS5 because Sony paid for it or anything. So the game is Enotria: The Last Song, and it's a Souls-like from Italian studio Yama Games, and it's coming on September 19, now only for PS5 and PC. Now, Windows Central has a lengthy article explaining everything about it, and the guys shared a statement apologizing to Xbox fans that the game is not gonna be out the same time as the other versions. But then they explained on the Reddit, on the game's Reddit, on the game's Discord, that basically they have an issue with Microsoft. They need to create a store page for the game, but Microsoft has not replied to that, and they have ignored them for about 2 months. So yeah, it seems there's this complaint or miscommunication between some development teams and Microsoft. So hopefully whatever it is, they can fix it so that these kind of issues don't continue happening. One thing is when Sony like officially pays for something as exclusive, but like losing some games from your platform for some like mismanagement or lack of support is like is really unfortunate. So we'll see what happens with all of this, and let me know what you guys think about games skipping Xbox for different reasons and becoming PS5 exclusives like by default. Moving on, there was some blunder on PlayStation Plus and on Sony's side. We were talking on the last episode how Final Fantasy XVI appeared on the PlayStation Plus game catalog over the weekend. And it seems it wasn't only Final Fantasy XVI, it was also Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So they were on Friday, they appeared on the catalog and people could download both games and play them. But it was short-lived, like they fixed all of the issue and you can't play them anymore. Now, as I said on Friday, I think they pushed a button too early, and these two games are probably part of the catalog, and I expect them to announce them next Wednesday as part of the PlayStation Plus catalog for September. So yeah, it's sadly they removed them but I think they will be added back again. Now, there was some complaint regarding a specific game that did leave the catalog over the weekend, and that is the Evil Within, the first one. People complain on social media, including Reddit, because like Sony didn't announce that was leaving at any point. It was not in the last chance to play section. It was not announced anywhere, and it's really sad how Sony like they don't want you to know what games are leaving. I think they should announce them along with the games that are getting into the service every month. I think they should tell you what games will be leaving in the following month, so that you know. Like it's really disappointing that they don't do this. So let me know if you had the chance to play the game through PlayStation Plus, or if you played them before. Do you think they're gonna be added to PlayStation Plus next month? Or this month, I mean. So yeah, let me know about that in the comments. Now let's talk about before moving to our next story, also a reminder that you can now download or later today you can download the PlayStation Plus games for this month, and we get Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, MLB The Show 24, and Little Nightmares 2, both for PS4 and PS5. And for anyone who has Deluxe and Premium specifically, you also get a new trial for Vampire Survivors, which is my new obsession on PlayStation. I had played on PC and on my phone, but I was waiting to play it on PS5 and have a go at the 220 something trophies that you can get for the game. So yeah, you can check that out. Now let's talk about Astrobot, because it's Astrobot launch week, and Astro's Playroom got a new update last weekend where you can go and rescue your final special bot. Now Team Asobi came out on the PlayStation blog and they explained a little bit of the celebrations that they will have this week. So first of all, remember they said officially that remember to get all the special bots that they have been releasing every month. There are 4 in total, and they give you trophies for that. So these 4 bots are gonna carry over with your save to the new game when you start a new game. They also gonna have a countdown inside of Astro's Playroom, so you can check that out. It's like a few hours before the game goes live. And they also gonna be having some behind the scenes episodes on the PlayStation YouTube channel. The first one is up right now, and it's regarding like the gameplay of the game. So yeah, pretty exciting week for Team SOB with Astrobot. Now we have some photos that the PlayStation accounts have shared on social media of like the marketing is in full force right now. These are some photos from PlayStation Taiwan that you can see here. They have this activation with a huge Astrobot that you can take photos, and there's also like a backing to get photos and all of that. Like it should be really fun for kids, especially. And they will also have a chance to get game prizes like a TV, a PS5, and some merchandising. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. We'll see any other marketing stuff that appears for the game and report on the next episodes. And I'm also gonna be covering the review roundup on Thursday. So I'm gonna be checking that, and I'm also gonna be back with gameplay streams over the weekend to play through Astrobot as it unlocks on Friday, Thursday for me. Be careful because the game is leaked already. Like there's physical copies around. So yeah, be careful about any spoilers. We're gonna learn about the reviews on Thursday, and yeah, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think how it's gonna do on OpenCritic and Metacritic when all the reviews are said and done. And yeah, remember that you are more than welcome to join me on the streams over the weekend to play through Astrobot. So with that, let's move into some quick fire stories. First, we have a story regarding Capcom legend Hideaki Itsuno, who has left Capcom after working for 30 years with the company. So he worked on great series like Devil May Cry, Dragon's Dogma, Capcom vs SNK, Rival Schools, and many others. The most recent game was Dragon's Dogma 2, that did pretty well critically and in terms of sales. So he posted on Twitter a letter thanking fans for all their support over the years, and he said that he will start developing a new game in a different environment starting this month. So we're gonna hear about what he's working on probably really soon. I'm happy for Itsuno. I'm hoping the best of luck for him. But I'm kind of a little bit sad that we're not gonna get a Devil May Cry 6 from him. After what he did with Devil May Cry 5, I really wanted another Devil May Cry game from him. So yeah, we'll see who steps up on Capcom for another Devil May Cry game. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about Itsuno leaving Capcom. Now, there's some news from Activision, and it appears they are teasing something regarding Tony Hawk because the Twitter account for the game changed like the banner for the account, and it's teasing something regarding 25th anniversary for Tony Hawk. So the game released originally on September 29, 1999, and this had left fans believing that there could be something for Tony Hawk ready to be announced. After all, as I mentioned in the beginning, like Vicarious Visions was working on a Tony Hawk 3+4 that was cancelled back in 2020 or after that, after they released the original, and were put into working on more Call of Duty stuff. And then they were moved into Blizzard, but sadly, I wish that would be the case, but I don't think this means much. Like anniversaries mean like different things to different companies. Sometimes we get something exciting, sometimes we just get like fan celebrations and them showcasing like fan art or something like that. So I think it's probably gonna be that. But yeah, it's sad that we're not gonna get a Tony Hawk 3+4. Next, let's talk about another live service that is probably not doing too well, and this is XDefiant from Ubisoft. And it seems that the future of the game and its content may be in danger. Now, Insider Gaming reported back when the game launched on May that it managed to gather around 8 million players on the first week, and that has gone down to about 20,000 players, and it could be even less. The report order source says that they are struggling to get about 20,000 players. So the team at Ubisoft San Francisco is also worried because they had some layoffs last month, and they expect that if the game doesn't improve, there will be more layoffs soon. Apparently they have until season 3 later in the year to improve things for the game, or it could also lose support in terms of post-launch content. So yeah, another live service that is not doing any good in terms of like players or the support that is getting behind. So we'll see what happens with XDefiant. Next, there's more news about layoffs, sadly, in the industry, and this time is for one is related to a live service, and the other is like a very weird regarding the remake for Until Dawn. So first, the guys at PlayStation Lifestyle are reporting that 2 developers, one is a junior game designer and another is a technical designer. They worked on Ballistic Moon with the Until Dawn remake for about 1 and 2 years respectively, and they have both been laid off last week. It's not known how many people have been affected by these layoffs at Ballistic Moon, but the guys at PlayStation Lifestyle like speculate that this could be regarding contractors that were working on the game, and since it's about to launch in October, like they are probably laying off some of those contractors, which is unfortunate anyhow. Now the other part of this news is regarding Rocksteady, and it seems like the team has been finally affected in terms of layoffs. So their whole QA team was cut in half. They had like 33 developers in QA, and now they only have 15. But it seems like other people from outside of QA were also affected, including people that worked there like for 5 years. And the source for this news said to BGC that it's directly tied to Suicide Squad poor sales, and it's seen as a restructuring at the studio. So the failure of Suicide Squad is well documented at this point. The game did not do any good. It failed to get an audience, and it even did better than Concord, but it was not good enough either. And it was all around a 200 million loss for WB Games in one of their previous fiscal reports. So yeah, it's sad, like video game layoffs are about 11,500 this year, and that's 10% more than the 10,500 that we got last year, and the year is not even over, so sadly there are gonna be more. So yeah, hoping the best for anyone affected and that they land on their feet. There's more stories regarding WB Games, and this is regarding like a new or a possible The Batman game from the Matt Reeves movie. So this is from game website or website Puck News, who they covered like a story that was rumored around 2020 that AT&T was gonna sell their games division, but it was seen like too valuable to sell them at that point. Then the WB Discovery merger happened, and David Zaslav took over. He was also advised to sell it, but he also saw it like as a strategic division. And it appears that the WB Games division is gonna like collaborate more with other WB divisions, and they're gonna be working on some sort of like tie-ins with the Penguin HBO series, and possibly the Batman movies from Matt Reeves. Now, last year they added the Batman costume in the Batman Arkham games after the release of the Switch version. So yeah, hopefully the Rocksteady comes back to doing it. I don't know if they want to do another Batman after doing 3 of them. And right now the only Batman game that's coming out this year is Arkham Shadow from Camouflage Studio, and that's like only for MetaQuest in VR. It's not even for PSVR 2, but here's hoping there's more Batman games in the future. Next we have some more news about WB Games, but related to Harry Potter Quidditch Champions that launches on PlayStation Plus this week. So for anyone who has played Hogwarts Legacy, they are adding the option for you to link your account. Linking your account to your Hogwarts Legacy account to Quidditch will give you extra rewards like the Moonstreamer Broom Skin, Sebastian Sallow Hero Skin, and some one from Hogwarts Legacy, an Ancient Emblem, and Celebration. They also added an option for you to link your Harry Potter fan club account, and that gives you the other extra rewards there, like some tea outfits and the insignias from each of the different like the different houses and all of that. So yeah, Harry Potter's Quidditch Champions out this week, and you can get extra rewards for playing the other games. Next, in more Harry Potter news, we have the Lego Harry Potter collection is getting re-remastered, and that's bringing years 1 through 4 and 5 to 7, like the same collection that came out for PS4, plus some of the DLC that came afterward, and it's gonna be out on October 8th for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Now, in terms of enhancements, they are adding native 4K resolution, 60 FPS support, haptic feedback, and high resolution shadows. So it's gonna be $40. There's not an upgrade path for anyone who has the original collection on PS4 or Xbox One. But what WB Games said is that those users will be getting some sort of discount, but they didn't say how much of a discount they would be getting. So yeah, next we talk about Anstream. This is a classic a service with classic games. It was previously listed on the PlayStation Store, and now we have the official date when it's coming. So it's coming on September 6th, and it has over 1,000 classics from NES, SNES, Genesis, and more platforms. And you can get access to the platform with a yearly fee of $40 or a lifetime fee of $100. So that's coming out this week. And speaking of stuff coming out this week, there's the new releases. So we have the casting of Frank Stone coming out for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. It's the horror game from Supermassive Games, and it's in the world of Dead by Daylight. So after that, we also have Harry Potter Quidditch that we mentioned. Is coming out on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and PC, and is part of the PlayStation Plus monthly games. There's also Parcel Corp, where you are like a delivery guy, and you have to like make your deliveries by doing different tricks around the city, and that's coming out for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. And there's also a horror game in Neomata with which is coming to PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC. So yeah, that's everything out for this for today. You can also check out the full list of everything coming this week in the community tab. And there you go, that's everything that I have for today on PlayStation News. Let me guys what you think about everything that we talk about here today, including the results that Concord is getting, and if it's gonna affect other live service games from Sony. All the Black Myth Wukong exclusivity drama that we have been hearing around last week. Also the PlayStation Plus blunder regarding Final Fantasy 16, were you able to play it, or have you played it before without PlayStation Plus? And are you looking forward to Astrobot? What do you think it's gonna do in terms of reviews and all of that? So remember that all of the sources, you can check them out in the description below. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing for more PlayStation news. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.